What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Shiv, and today I want to talk to you about something in Overwatch. Recently, there's been a lot of people complaining about the concept of griefing, and they've been demanding that Blizzard do something about it. There's been several Reddit threads about this, and tons of posts all over the forums, a lot of which are negative, asking, well, has anybody been banned yet? And, you know, shit like that. Really dumb stuff. But the question is, what constitutes griefing? Well, depending on who you ask, it could be a myriad of things. The general consensus is anything that is deliberately done to hamper your team's performance and possibly cause them to lose. Now, some prime examples of this are suiciding on purpose without any strategic advantage. Alright, now there is a purpose of suiciding to have everybody respawn at the same time so you can attack as a group a lot easier, but that's not what some of these people are doing. They're literally coming out, jumping right off the cliff. And that's definitely really impactful to a team's performance. I myself have gotten frustrated at a lot of people when playing this game, and I've considered doing some of this stuff. I haven't, though, but I really should sometimes. Other things that can be done that are also considered to be griefing are just like playing Mei and putting an ice wall up in front of Widowmaker. Well, I'm not going to lie, I have done this and it's really hilariously fun to do. It is counterproductive to possibly winning, so I don't recommend ever doing that. Now, if that was the only things there is, then this shouldn't be that big of an issue, but the problem is a lot more extensive than that. People want certain characters being classified as griefing characters, which is a really slippery slope for Blizzard. And what do I mean by griefing characters? Well, most people have a natural negative reaction to people who play Hanzo or Widowmaker when they're playing Overwatch. They don't want them on their team. It's not that their characters are bad, they're just inconsistent. Now, this doesn't mean a really good player can play them greatly, but the average player is not going to, and watching people like Seagull and insert popular pro player here really does not help the case, because everybody thinks they can be the next one of these guys, when the reality is, they're just holding you back. But people think that this should be classified as griefing, so playing a Hanzo, playing a Widowmaker, automatically people are going to say you're throwing. And it's getting even worse, because now Sombra's getting thrown into the mix. Symmetra, depending on what map it is in the mix. Let's see, Torbjorn's always in the mix. Bastion is arguable in the mix at times. Zenyatta, I've had people tell me I was throwing for playing Zenyatta instead of Lucio, even though I'm a fantastic Zenyatta, this gameplay notwithstanding. So yeah, there's lots of different people with their own unique vision of what griefing is, and they're making all these demands, and they're just throwing up a lot of anger at Blizzard for really nothing that Blizzard could do. If Blizzard was to basically give in and say, yes, all these people are griefing because they're playing these characters that are not overly effective, then they're admitting that their character design process is lacking, and they're going to have to go back and fix these characters, which in the case of Hanzo, they are in the process of reworking him. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that. But I think it's kind of a really dangerous thing for Blizzard to punish people for playing a character that they want to play when others think it is not inherently good for the team comp. I just find this to be kind of, you know, fascist in its own unique way, telling people what they can and can't do in a game, right? As long as it's not violating any of the terms of service, I don't see what the fucking problem is playing a Hanzo. Okay, I do see the problem of playing a Hanzo, but you get what I'm saying here, you know? I don't think that Blizzard should dictate, you know, what compulsory composition should be, and that's what it's feeling like a lot of these players who are bitching want. Compulsory composition. You either play this or get the fuck out. And while I can agree there are times I wish we had that, for the most part, I do not agree we should have that, because it's just downright stupid. It lacks any sort of creativity, it creates stale metas, and would basically put the ball in Blizzard's court to constantly change around stats on the characters in order to alter the meta and keep it fresh. This is not something I want to see. I've seen this in way too many video games, and it's always led to some really negative aspects. Nothing that is very positive or good, so I don't want to see that here. Now, the question has been brought up, has anybody been banned for quote-unquote griefing? Well, the answer is probably not, because it's really hard to sort through all the shit. Now, Blizzard does use a lot of automated systems, and this one I know for the fact, if you get a certain amount of complaints about abusive chat, it doesn't matter what the fuck you said, they will chat ban you for a couple of days, or in In my case, 6 months. Yeah, I really piss people off. But with that notwithstanding, a lot of the people I know who have been playing the characters that everybody's bitching about, none of them have been banned. For those are the ones who've been doing the whole Mace ice walling, none of them have been banned. For those who've been continuously doing the Symmetra portal thing, none of them have been banned. I've even knew somebody who basically every game spends a third of the time jumping off the side. That's his little gimmick. And then he comes in and just waxes the shit out of the enemy team and ends up getting multiple golds. It's the challenge he looks for. Not been banned yet, alright? So, has anybody been banned? No, because it's just retarded to ban people for playing the damn game. Now, this isn't to say there are people, or there aren't people who are trying to deliberately cause problems and troll and grief and things of that nature. They exist, hell, even I do it on occasion. But it's really hard to prove that they are doing this to deliberately cause harm to the game. And without that kind of proof, Blizzard's in a really bad situation. The only thing that they could do at that point is expand what is acceptable, and then again, we get back to that very slippery slope of fascism. Even though Blizzard does own this game, its community is kind of like a country in its own unique way, alright? Nobody wants to live in a dictatorship or a fascist society. No, never once. They want to feel protected, they want to feel like their voices are being heard, and so on and so on. And that's pretty much what Blizzard's doing now. They're giving PR service to basically saying, yes, we're looking into that. We're going to start punishing these offenders. But the reality is, it's a very difficult job for them to do. And most likely, they're not going to have nearly as many results as the community would like. So, for those of you who are hoping that all the griefers and trolls and things of that nature were going to go away, yeah, nope, sorry, we're still going to be here. And I'll admit there are times where I do some pretty dastardly things to fuck with people. I like playing Symmetra in positions where generally she's not considered to be good. And then all of a sudden I end up winning the game for my team because I know different ways of playing the character. Because I took the time to actually learn how to play that kit and find out all the nifty ways of exploiting it. While some people did call me a griefer for doing this, I found it to be an educational and informative experience, and it catches people off guard, leading to victories. So for those people who say that, oh, picking this and picking that is an automatic throw, go fuck yourself. You know? Seriously, who made you fucking God? Blizzard makes the game, Blizzard decides what is and what isn't, and they've had a very strong standpoint against compulsory compositions. Alright? So if you think that all your whining is actually going to achieve something in regards to that, go fuck yourself. Seriously, it ain't happening. And for those of you who might be offended by me telling you to go fuck yourself, you are definitely in need to be fucked. Seriously, get the fuck over yourself, move on. Anyway, guys, that's going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, as Shiv saying, stay safe, have fun, may RNGs bless you. I'm out!